Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. Today is Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. I am honored that you're taking the time to join me this morning here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to guide you to the path of financial independence, and we do that by teaching you how to currency trade with our highly accurate proprietary trading indicators. And we teach you using personalized one-on-one training, which we think is the most efficient and effective way to learn. There are many ways to learn, but when you are able to be paired up with someone who already is a successful trader and they're able to share what they know, it expedites the learning so that you can get there that much faster. You can kind of almost think about it as an apprentice program, like a plumber brings on an apprentice and shows him what he's doing so that they can learn it. We do the same. So with that, let's get going. We need to start by listening to this guy. And where is this guy? Right over here.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is, if you don't know, is that we do provide funded trading accounts for people who we have trained. So it's our kind of guarantee or quality assurance that as to how confident we are and how well the program works and our ability to teach you. In addition to the one-on-one teaching, we do live trades. We send out trade setups. And when you become a member, we do, in addition to the trade that we're doing right now, we do another trade at 10 a.m., which tends to be a scalp trade. In the evening at 6 p.m., we do another live trade that tends to be a long-term trade, where they're typically going for 20 or 30 pips. And then again at 10 p.m., it is morning time in Australia, and we are going for usually it's a 10 plus pip trade. Then other training sessions, and then of course it's not just giving you a trade or having you watch someone walk through their analysis, but being able to ask questions, get answers, get continuous training. Every morning, Saturday morning at 10 a.m., we have back to basics, and every Wednesday evening we have an advanced training. So lots of opportunities to learn. I work off of a checklist to just make sure I don't forget anything. 'Cause as I get older, my memory is not as good as it used to be. Every day, good habit to restart your green chart so that and your MetaTrader 4 to make sure everything is connected and running. At the end of every day, just a reminder, it is good to take a look at what trade didn't go well. Last night we took a trade on the USD yen, a sell trade for 10 pips, and not only did you get 10 pips, we could have gotten way more on that. And actually, some of you texted me that you did do that. On last night's overnight trade, which you didn't see me figure out, but we got stopped out on that. In looking at it, the day chart was exhausted. All the other charts were showing that it was ready to turn. I thought we could have got 10 pips out of it, but because of how deep the major line was, I should have held off and probably taken a pending buy. So even though we didn't have the buy signal yet, that when it did turn, we could take it. And actually, what I ended up doing on that trade is hedging. Once I started to see it didn't go our way. Fundamental, we are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action, and one of the things that gives us a competitive advantage is that our indicators are predictive of the future. And once you learn how to read them, if you can get the direction, you can make money. However, news impacts currency, and we want to know what that news is so that we can trade around it. And we figure out what that news is by going to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks the news down into 3 categories. Yellow, which is low impact. Oh no, orange is here. Orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. And we've got a couple red items on the USD coming up at 10 a.m. Usually I like to be out of something by 8 a.m. So that gives us an hour and a half. If we have something that I think will close quickly, we'll take a trade on the USD. Otherwise, we're gonna skip USD for today. So with that, let's go in and get into it. Now we've got a dozen different strategies, and as we train you, we will come up with a trade plan, to have you trade in a way that's comfortable for how your mind works and what your risk preferences are. The trade I principally like to do is something called the 10-point trade signal, and we're gonna do it off of a 1-hour chart. I like to be 30 minutes into the chart to take the trade, which we are. It is good for 5 to 35 pips, and I expect it to close within 1 to 3 hours. And as you saw last night, we took the trade at 6:30, which would have been during this candle, and then within that second 2 hours afterwards, oops, I'm not showing it to you. Last night we took the trade over here, and within 2 hours it closed. And basically the strategy is just to get the lines to line up, and we're looking to get a minimum of 7 points, and we want to get points from each of the 3 sections. And by getting the points from each of the 3 sections, when we get agreement across the board there, it gives us the highest probability that the trade's going to do what we want, or the move's going to be the way that we want. So with that, let's get going and we'll take a look and see what we have. We are trading off of the light 6 major chart, which is one of the standard charts. It is on a 1 hour. It's a 1 hour chart, which means the candles have 1 hour worth of information in them. This chart is a composite chart. It's showing us 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, it's all USD, dollar against different currency pairs. And we're going to start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. And basically what I'm looking for is situations where these lines are above the blue line. This horizontal blue line is called the overbought line. So when the market's overbought, that's a good time to sell. Likewise, when the lines are below this horizontal red line, the market is oversold. That is a good time to buy. So if I just said buy, I meant sell here. So overbought, good time to sell. Oversold, good time to buy. And basically what I'm looking for the lines to do is I am looking for the lines to be turned down so that they're entering the channel on either side. So turned down up here or turned up here. When they're pointing up, overbought and pointing up, can I get 10 pips? Yes, I can. Typically on this trade, I'm looking for 10, 11, 12 pips. And depending on the setup, I may take more, but my principal trade is I want to get 10 pips. If I do 3 10-pip trades a day, 30 pips, I'm making quite a bit of money. So, but I can get 10 pips here, but again, it's not part of my trade plan. My trade plan is I want to get in and get out quickly, and then be on to the next trade. The longer I'm in a trade, the more risk there is because the market could change while I'm holding on to the currency. So we're overbought going up here, so I don't have the setup I'm looking for. We are Euro USD. Minors are going up. The minor is the black and gray line. The majors are kind of sideways with the downward bent. So nothing. I want agreement. I want all of these guys to be up here and going down. Pound USD overbought or just reaching overbought going up. USD Canadian dollar oversold and going down. USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc oversold. Everybody's going up. And I have what's called the double cross, where the green line has crossed over the red, gray line has crossed over the black. I'm not crazy about this setup. One, that the steepness of the green line, even though we've got the signal here, we got 3 points. 1, we're oversold. 2, we're everybody's pointing up, and 3, we've got the double cross. But the slope of this line is just at 45 degrees. It's still got a little bit of a distance here from the overbought line, which I don't like. I'd rather have it be a little closer. But when I do have all 3 here, what I would do is I would go up to the TNTs and see how many lines support this buy signal. 2 orange lines going up, that's supporting the buy signal. Thick blue is coming down. The blues are inversely related, so when blue comes down, that means buy. So thick blue is coming down. So 3 of the 4 are telling me buy. I need a minimum of 3 out of 4 to take this. Then I'm going to jump down to the pressure, and I want the lines either going up or I want the green line on top. Right now, I've got very strong down pressure. What makes it strong down pressure is that the lines, the steepness of the lines and the closeness of the lines. The lines are touching. The green is about to cross over, but it's not there yet. So I'm going to pass on this. I'm not. I don't like it enough. I want to see what else is out there. USD yen. USD yen oversold, and we've got disagreements between the two. So let's go on to Just one moment here. Let's go on to the next group. So what I've done is I've just cloned this chart, and I've got non-US pairs here. So I've got more pairs to just look through to keep going till I find the setup that I'm looking for. Euro pound, we're in the channel, still going down. Australian dollar yen, oversold, going down. Euro Canadian dollar in the channel, going down. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, oversold, everybody's going up. Green is on top and gray is on top, and the majors, the green line of the major is just at the halfway point. I will consider trades where the green line is just up to the halfway point. I'm not as concerned where the minor lines are. The minor lines have kind of run through the channel. My only issue here, so I've got 3 points here. The lines are kind of clustered, and there's nice steepness on this green line. Jumping up to the TNTs, I have the 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down, so 3 of the 4 here, which is what I need. I've got down pressure with green on top. Green on top gives me a point. And the lines are diverging, which I like. So I've got 7 points here. My only issue, so this is a good signal. This is the signal that I'm looking for. I got 2 issues here. One, if you notice, there's a little bit of a kink in the green line here, where we're going from more steep to less steep. I don't like that I don't like the kink in the line going from more steep to less steep. It's very mild, but I prefer to go from less steep to more steep. And then 2, Australian New Zealand dollar, both it is approaching evening time in both markets. When it's approaching evening time, the volume of trading is going to go down. When the volume of trading goes down, it is going to take longer for this to execute. So even though I'm trading on a 1-hour chart, it may take longer than 3 hours for the trade to close. I don't want to be in a trade that long, and because it's going to take longer, because the volume's down, the signal could change. So I like to see at least one of the 2, if not both, current time. So we're going to pass on this for right now. Pound yen, oversold, going down. Euro Australian dollar just reaching oversold, so nothing there. Canadian dollar yen, oversold. Majors are starting to turn, minors still going down. Euro New Zealand dollar, oversold. Majors are starting to turn. Pound New Zealand dollar, majors are going up, minors are going down, so I don't have agreement. We're oversold. New Zealand dollar yen, oversold and going down. New Zealand dollar USD, overbought, minors going up, majors are sideways, so nothing there. And Euro Swiss franc, oversold. Minors going up, majors haven't turned yet, so nothing there. So I've got another 4, so we're on our 4th set of 6. Over Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, overbought, going up. Swiss franc yen, overbought. We gone down into the channel. We're just at the halfway mark. Again, I will consider, and when I say just at the halfway mark, I'm looking at what the green line is doing on the major. Nice steepness, nice cluster. So I've got 3 points here, 2 orange lines going down, dotted blue going up. So again, 3 points here. And I've got down pressure here. What makes it down? The green line is sloped down and the red line is sloped down. Green is on top, but I get 1 point for this. It is noontime, or one in Switzerland, so we still got a little bit of the day left, even though it's approaching evening in Japan. So let's take a look. Let's do a little more in analysis. So once I see the setup, then I'm going to do a confirmation, and my confirmation is going to be on the 2 and 4 hour chart. So the 2 and 4 hour chart. So this is CHF JPY. We're looking at a sell. CHF JPY. And basically what I want to do is I want to see that the 2 hour and the 4 hour are both overbought. And what that's going to do for me is, if for some reason this signal changes or softens up, I'll still get the trade. It's just going to take a little bit longer for the trade to happen. So specifically, I want to see that the majors are up here on both these charts. Here, they're midway and they've turned. Could I take a trade here? I could, but it's not part of my trading rule. Like, you know, I've got down here, I've got down here, I've got down here, and I'm looking just at the majors. I've got down pressure and weak down pressure here. I prefer these to be up here. Can I get 10 points, 10 pips? Maybe. But again, it's not part of my trade plan. I don't want to force something. And it looks like, just real quick, that we've got, we're hitting a resistance line here, because it keeps, you know, all the candle ends right here for the last 5 hours or last 10 hours. So I'm going to pass on this. Let's see what else we've got. Because again, I don't have to take a trade. I want to find my setup. Once I find my setup, I only need 3 of those a day. So yes, this is okay, but I didn't find the confirmation I wanted. Euro yen oversold going down. Pound Australian dollar still in the channel. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. All right, so we've got 3 points here. We're oversold. Everybody's going up. And we've got the double cross. The green line is at 45 degrees. I'd like it to be a little steeper, but I've got 3 points. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down. And, I've got down pressure with red on top. I need green on top here. So we're going to pass. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross, so 3 points here. This green line is a little bit steeper than this green line, although they're kind of similar. The pattern here is kind of similar. Here, though, I only have 2 of the 4. 2 of the 4 lines. Thick orange is going up, thin orange is going down. Dotted blue is going down, which means buy. So I only have 2 buy here. I need 3. So we're going to pass. All right, so we have just gone through 24 pairs. We didn't find a setup, but we have a second setup that we can do right at the top of the hour, which is a different trade, which is called the thick orange line trade. The thick orange line trade is done right at the top of the hour when there is less than 5 minutes left in the hour. So we've got that on a 1 hour chart, and we are looking for what the position of the thick orange line is. And the thick orange line is a scale. This is a little scalp trade. It's worth 5 pips, and we use a 4-to-1 stop loss. And we're looking at where this line is. And when this line is as high as it can go, this number over here on the right is at 10. When it is at 10, it's telling us that it doesn't think that there's any more up in the movement. Well, if there's no more up in the movement, it's a good time to sell. When we see that, then we're going to confirm it by looking at where the position of the majors are. So let's just see if we see. So I need this to be either at 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either end. So 6 isn't close enough. 4 isn't close enough. So here it's at 0. You can see it's down as far as it can go. When I see this at 0, I want to take a look at where my majors are. And I want these lines well below the red line. In fact, I'd want the red line to be where the green line is. I want it that far below the red line. So when I have condition 1 and condition 2, and it's the top of the hour, it's a good trade. Also, the other thing I like, I want to see that it's gone from overbought to oversold. I don't want a situation where the line's been hanging out under the red line for multiple hours. So 4.1 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. 10, yes. But again, when I look at my majors, the red line is just touching the blue line. I want it really where the black line is. So it's not quite high enough. So let's go back and see what else we've got. Uh, 5, no. 7, no. 3, no. 1.2, not quite. 0.9, yes. 0.9, yes. That's within 1 of 0. This red line is kind of where I want it to be. It's far enough below the red line, but we've been hanging out under the red line now for multiple hours. So I'm going to pass on this. I want a situation where we've gone from overbought to oversold, like over here. I don't want it when it's hanging out down here or hanging out down here. 3 isn't close enough, so let's keep going. 0, yes. And ooh, this guy is just about where it needs to be. I'd like to see it a little bit more. So let's see what else we have. We have another minute and a half here to take this. So Euro, AUD, and it's going to be a buy. But let me just see what else we've got. 4, no. 10, yes. But see, the lines are down here. So this is telling me that there's much more up in the movement. 3, no. 9, yes. We don't have the red line where it needs to be over here. And then let's just look at the first chart. First chart, we got that news coming up. AUD, USD, 10. This line is high enough, but it didn't go through the channel. It was kind of midway on the top half of the channel. So I don't like that. I want it to go from one side to the other when I take this trade. So 6, no. 4, no. 4, no. 8, no. 4, no. So let's go back to this guy, 2. And we were looking at, what were we looking at? Euro, Australian dollar. Euro Australian dollar. See how the red line pulled back? I don't want to take it because the red line pulled back. I want it to be further down. Yeah, I want it to be further down because this is telling me there's still some more down in it. When the red line is a little further down, we're going to know, because what's going to happen is when the hour changes, when both are overextended like that, it's like pulling a rubber band. We're going to get a little snap, and you can see here on the Euro Australian dollar, we want this number when the clock changes to change by 1, and it didn't. It only changed by 0.4. Some traders will actually wait till the hour changes to take this trade, and because they want to see what this number does. I don't. I'm confident enough where, by seeing where these lines are, to take it before the hour. But as this didn't change, so like if this stays this way at the top of next hour, this is now far enough down to take the trade. This is now far enough down to take the trade. Okay, gang. Thank you for joining me today. This morning we did not find a suitable setup to take a trade, and that's okay. That happens. That's part of trading. We're not going to find a trade every hour, but we do. As long as we find 2 or 3 a day, we're going to be doing okay. And if it meets our trade setup, we'll be making money because we'll have a high accuracy rate. We will make you good traders. If you have questions, you can go to your coach, or you can reach out to me, and you can reach me by the best way to get a hold of me is just to schedule an appointment, and you'll have my undivided attention. And you can schedule an appointment by going to forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you again Thursday morning. Bye-bye. But wait, we got a question. Let's see what the question is. Okay, great. Thank you. Bye-bye.